Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we're going to have a look at open G tuning. Lots and lots of good fun, made famous I guess by the Stones. The Rolling Stones use this tuning an awful lot. It's one of those ones if you're trying to play a song that's written in open tuning and you try and play it with normal chords, it always sounds a bit kind of naff. So I figured I'd show you the correct way to do it. So the first thing to do is you need to know how to get to open tuning. So my guitar is currently in regular tuning. Now the first thing you need to do is drop your top E string down to the note D, and you can do that by referencing your open D string. So if you play this string, your open D, which is the 4th string, and then tune down your thinnest string, which is the E string, down to a D, you get... Now it's always a good idea to tune up to notes. You should very rarely tune down to a note, especially if you're tuning down that far. So it's worth tuning a bit below and coming back up to the D. Yeah, so you're near the same octave apart but the same note. Then you would also do the same thing to the low E string. So you play then the D string and then play the low E until it's the same note. If you have trouble hearing that low, you can use a harmonic at the 12th fret of the thicker string, and then it's exactly the same note. That's the first two moves. Now the last tuning move you need to do is tuning your A, the 5th string, down to a G. So if you play the G string, which is the 3rd string, and then the 5th string, and tune it down so it's the same note. Sure, you can use a harmonic. Okay, now usually at the end of that I give it a bit of a kind of a check-up, and I might just tweak things just a little bit. So if you've got a good ear, you probably want to do the same thing. Otherwise you might want to use a tuner. So the tuning in the end, starting from the thickest string, the tuning should be D, G, D, G, B, D. So that's the if you're going to try and use an electronic tuner or whatever to tune the guitar, again it's D, G, D, G, B, D, starting from the thickest string. I'm just going to give it a quick tweak. Okay, and we're there. So now a couple of tunes that use open tuning that you might know. A really big one, I guess it was big in England, I'm guessing it's big in the States too, is Bohemian Like You by the Dandy Warhols. Cracking tune. Lots of other really good songs by that band as well that people don't know. So if you haven't heard more than this song, then you should go and check them out. Great band. So it starts off, once you're in open tuning, you just use a bar and you're playing the whole chord. Because if you think about, like, for those of you who know about bar chords, if I was to play a C bar chord like that, I've tuned both the 5th string and the thinnest string, the 1st string. I've tuned them down 1 semitone, so I'd move these two notes up 1 semitone, which would put them all in a line, which is why it's tuned like that. Yeah, so by playing I'm just playing from the 5th string, I'm kind of leaving the 6th string off. Now any of you guys out there that are big Rolling Stones fans will know that Keith Richards all through the 70s and 80s used a guitar, his Telecaster, with only 5 strings. And the reason he did that is because this string isn't the root note, because the root note, if we're in open G, is the 5th string. That's the note G. And sometimes you don't want that extra 6th string clanging around. But what you're going to do in order to keep it nice and quiet is you're going to use the tip of your finger just to touch the 6th string, so it's kind of muted, and then barring the whole rest of them, and you get your nice C chord. To play a C chord in open G tuning, you bar the 5th fret with your 1st finger, making sure that the tip of your finger is muting the 6th string. Then the classic move is to put down the 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string and the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string to get this move. So that's the classic move, and you get this sound. So leaving it off, just the straight bar, putting the 2 fingers down, you get this kind of, well, I won't go into it, it's a 6 sus 4 or another triad over bass note, but Okay, so Bohemian Like You starts on a C chord with classic riff going over the top. Then it's moving up to the 8th fret, which is an E flat chord. Then the same thing down at the 3rd fret on a B flat. Then right up to the 10th fret. That at speed is. Then the little riff part goes. And the verses are the same chords, just without the riff. They got a great car, what's wrong with it today? I used to have one too, maybe I'll come and have a look, I really did, etc. Okay, for Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones, it's the same kind of riff as Bohemian Like You. You start with a bar, this time at the 7th fret. Then you're putting down your 2nd finger first with an up strum, and then putting your 3rd finger down with the down. So you get. Now when it goes down to the C, you're doing this like a little rock and roll pattern. So I'm just putting my 3rd finger down, kind of like that, again, that same classic pattern, but just not putting my 2nd finger down, just. Going up here, which is a C. You make a grown man cry. It's just all of the open strings, but not playing the 6th string again. You make a grown man cry, etc. That's the Start Me Up lick. We've also got the other classic one that uses that tuning is Brown Sugar. Okay, Brown Sugar's using that classic little 6 sus4 trick again. Starts up on the 12th fret, then down to the 5th fret, back to the 12th, then the next section's going up to the 8th fret, back to the 5th, now to the 1st fret. This time, instead of doing the classic trick, we put down it's a 9th, which is, I use my little finger, you could use your 3rd if you want, which is going down on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. It's pretty straightforward. The chorus, it's just really the open G. The chords for the main chorus are just really following around the same. We're just moving the bar up and down. Might be a good exercise for you to suss out where exactly those bars have to go. It's pretty straightforward once you know the tuning. So it's really important to use your ears and be listening to stuff, working stuff out off records. Don't just relying on tab all the time. Okay, I'm getting the little 1 minute sign there from Jed. So I'm going to leave Honky Tonk Woman for a moment, but it's just the same. Open to 5th. Really straightforward. Go and check it out. Okay, I'm getting the I must finish thing, so don't forget to check out the website www.JustinGuitar.com. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. It's a bit quick, but go and check out the website for all of the other details on Open G tuning. Have a nice life. See ya.